This happened about a year ago. I work with college students. Most of my job takes place on campus, but every now and then I get the opportunity to travel with student organizations to conferences and leadership events. Usually those trips are pretty straightforward. This one was not. A student organization at our university was attending a conference about 8 hours away in another state. Originally, I was supposed to travel with a coworker, but a scheduling conflict came up, and I ended up going alone with 5 student leaders. There was the president, vice president, public relations manager, programming manager, and sustainability manager. Most of them were upperclassmen who had been involved with the organization for years. I assumed they knew what they were doing. That was my first mistake. Before the trip, I repeatedly asked them to schedule a planning meeting. They agreed, then they never actually scheduled it. I reminded them several times about conference requirements, educational sessions, competitions, presentations, and materials they needed to bring. Nothing got done, not a single thing. When we finally left for the conference, things somehow got worse. The students insisted on stopping constantly for snacks. A trip that should have taken 8 hours turned into 9. Once we arrived at the conference, their behavior was embarrassing. They skipped educational sessions, they disappeared during scheduled events to buy souvenirs, they missed the opening ceremony, they missed the closing ceremony. Then they complained when other universities won awards. One student actually said, "How did they win?" I nearly laughed. Maybe because they actually participated. Throughout the entire conference, I felt less like an advisor and more like a babysitter. Still, I stayed patient. I only asked for one thing. One single thing. Because we had lost time on the drive there and crossed a time zone boundary, I wanted everyone ready to leave the hotel at exactly 7 a.m. on Sunday morning. I had personal plans that evening and wanted to get home on time. The vice president immediately complained, "That's so early. Can we make it 7:30? I said, "No." I reminded them that they had ignored responsibilities all weekend. The